Hey everybody, this is Muffin with the Daily Biker Podcast. Just here to let y'all know the opinions and ideas expressed in this show are those of the hosts and their guests, not to be confused with their partners and sponsors. Now, let's get it on.
Hey guys, this is Sean from the Bikes and Beards YouTube channel, and you guys are listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You're going to love it.
I'm fully aware that they have them on Amazon. I need to figure out, let's see here, let me go.
Hey, with Prime, you get 2-day shipping.
Do not just...
Allegedly.
They also have them at Target and Best Buy, too.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't go to Best Buy. I try not to go to Target. Spend way too much money.
Well, I'm constantly having to go to those places anyways.
Yeah, but that's for work.
It is for work.
Hey, technically this would be for work, so you could put that on the company card.
Oh, I wish I could.
Tax write-off.
I wish I could. But anyways. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily Biker Podcast. My name is Marcus, and I'm your clueless leader. Today, we're going to go on a learning journey. And I don't have Miss Muffin, and I don't have Daniel.
Sorry. Hate to disappoint.
We are in Studio A.
ABC.
And I have Chelsea, who y'all haven't heard from in a while.
Long time.
So long that when I started pulling out microphones, she was confused.
I was very confused. Not first-time caller, long-time listener.
So, no, what I wanted to talk to you about, I briefly said something to you yesterday.
Yes.
So, because we see a lot of stuff on the horizon. For those of you that don't know, have never heard, Chelsea is our motor clothes manager here at the dealership.
I am the clueless
at White
leader.
Lightning, Harley Davidson.
Yes.
She is the to end all.
Clueless leader.
I am the clueless leader.
For this.
Yeah.
Out there,
I still don't have anything going on know what's going on out there.
I mean, you think I do?
I just wing it.
I just work here.
I just wing it. So, but.
That's why our two brain cells together make one.
So, but no, we've seen stuff on the horizon that we cannot talk about. We won't go down that road, but just collab stuff.
Yes.
You see a lot of collab stuff going online and all that other stuff. And of course, Chelsea knows stuff that I don't know.
I know lots of things.
So, but what I wanted to talk about was just the collabs that we have seen and, kind of how that stuff has worked because we talk a lot. We're riders.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a lot of conversations about the things that we like and we don't like. And it's not that it's always necessarily a bad thing when you don't like a product.
It's bad for my bank account. I like it.
Well, no, I'm talking about like something that we carry. So use an example. I have bought Harley boots before.
Yes, you hate them.
But I don't like Harley boots. I have Thorogoods, and I love my Thorogoods, and I have Ariats, and I love my Ariats.
Boot people are very specific with their boots. We've had this conversation a million times.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm not going to dog cuss Wolverine, okay? Because Wolverine...
For those that don't know, Wolverine makes Harley boots.
At one point in time, Wolverine made a good boot.
Mm-hmm.
But Wolverine has tried to keep costs down.
Right.
And with rising material cost, that unfortunately has turned into some negative side effects.
Yeah. I think it's not even just the...
They're not the worst of the boots.
No. I think some of their designs have been questionable for sure. But I also don't buy the questionable ones for the dealership because they're not going to sell.
And the thing about it is there's been a lot of collabs that people don't even realize are collabs because it's not collabs. It's what in the manufacturing industry they actually call co-pack.
Right.
So it's someone else making a product and putting someone else's name on the product.
Right. So our boots are like that. Our helmets are like that.
And most of our helmets are either
HJC
or Scorpion is the two that I know. I think you do.
There's one or two other ones, but they're like one-off helmets.
I think one of them's a Bell or whatever. The one with the removable chin piece.
That's Scorpion.
Is Scorpion make that?
Scorpion,
so I think Bell makes a helmet like that too, if I'm not mistaken.
They do. We carried it for a while.
Yeah.
It sold for a little bit, and then I just phased it out because Harley had 3 that did that. So
some of the newer Scorpion stuff that they've been carrying, though, that the Harley branded Scorpion helmets, those are some cool looking helmets.
Yeah, that the red and silver one that you saw in the catalog.
Yeah,
those are Scorpion helmets.
Well, and they had that. What was it, a couple years ago before I bought my Bell helmet? You had the one that has almost kind of looks like a Simpson.
Yeah. So technically, I still have that one. It's just in a different color scheme.
Yeah.
But now I've converted you to Simpson. So.
Yes, I bought my first Simpson. So I have achieved Nirvana or whatever. I don't know. I hadn't worn it yet. But I did buy when I say new, I mean it is new to the world.
It was pre-ordered.
A Simpson Ghost Bandit modular helmet. Not Ghost Bandit.
No, Mod Bandit.
Mod Bandit
and
is a modular helmet.
Glory paint scheme.
And it's called the Glory. So it's an American flag with ghost flames.
I didn't realize it had the ghost flames on it till I got here.
Yeah. And we put a mirrored shield on it.
It looks dope.
So, but we've seen talking about the collabs that people see and they go, oh yeah, this is that. So, you were talking, what is it? Dark
Sport.
Dark Sport.
Yeah. So Dark Sport did a collab with Harley back in March, February, somewhere in there. And it was one that even the motor company employees didn't know about. I mean, I didn't know about it till Dark Sport posted it.
Well, it was an online only thing though too, right?
Yeah, it was only available through Dark Sport.
Right.
Which a lot of the what's the thing? The forum, Harley manager forum.
Yeah.
There was a lot of motor clothes managers like, what is this?
Well, and I think
because we didn't know about it.
One of the very first pieces of Dark Sport Harley clothing we saw was Sierra showed up that day with like that sweatshirt or something.
No, I had seen it like the preview in person.
Yeah, someone walking around wearing it.
Yeah, Sierra, Fallon, and Mason, we all bought into it. And then even when I went to Milwaukee in May, there was a couple people walking around with it.
Yeah.
And even the, head people at the motor company for apparel, they were like, how do you like the Dark Sport stuff? And I said, I love it, which I've been wearing Dark Sport for a minute. So
yeah,
I was really happy about it.
So we saw the Dark Sport stuff come out, and now that was in small collective circles, and I think it was just because it was online, the way it was put out there.
Right. And from what I can understand, how they did it was Harley wasn't pushing it.
Yeah.
They said, hey, we'll let you do this collab. You have to promote it. You have to sell it. And once it's sold through, it's done.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how they did with Ford when they did the Harley Davidson F-150s.
Yeah.
That was Ford was producing those with permission of Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
Harley Davidson dealerships weren't the ones sitting there going, hey, go buy your new Ford.
Right.
But it was one of those that Ford was putting it out and Harley was reaping the benefits.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily mean financial. It was just the image of their name being out there, which they have a collab like that going on right now. And I'll go to that in a minute. But, we have seen the in-store stuff that directly benefits the dealership, benefits the direct-to-market consumer and stuff like that, with stuff like Realtree,
Champion, and Dickies.
Yep.
So Champion was the first collab that Harley did in-store for dealers and online. It did okay. I don't feel like our area really benefited from it the way some other ones did, but I mean, it was good stuff.
I think the fashion around here it's very much a younger market for the Champion stuff.
Yeah.
Because when you get into my age group, we view Champion a little bit differently.
Right.
So, that being that, but I felt like as soon as we started having the Realtree stuff, people were like, ooh, and the same thing with the Dickies.
So I felt like the first round of Dickies, it started off a little slow, and then once it gained momentum, it started selling. Realtree started selling the day we put it out.
Yeah.
So, and then the Dickies that just launched at the end of April, it's been moving. already. Yeah. So I think I also think it depends on the time of year that a collab drops.
Yeah.
As well. Because, like, again, Champion was right before Christmas that year. So we did have some momentum with it, for holiday and stuff like that. Dickies last year was, I think, in February, February is always a hit or miss.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and seeing what the younger market, you see on not just necessarily social media, but just people, because you see celebrities and stuff, and they'll be wearing a Harley t-shirt, and it's just the big barn shield or something like that.
Yeah, a lot of
that stuff's.
Yeah, even so, with my oldest one, I asked him. He just had a birthday.
Yeah,
and I asked him. I was like, what do you want for your birthday? He's like, I want a Harley hoodie.
Yeah, and
I was like, okay, and he's like, but I don't want a dealer branded one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, so when I was in Milwaukee, I got him one. But you're seeing more of that. The younger generation, I don't think they understand the store branded uniqueness of it.
But you're also talking to me, who, what do I always say?
I don't want a big,
I don't want a big brand on the back of it.
I'm the same way. At this point, like, if I go to another dealership, the only thing I'm going to get branded is a poker chip.
Like, I don't mind representing the dealership.
Yeah,
it's
I don't
not
either.
That.
It's more of I can get the same stuff.
Yeah.
So unless you've got a super unique back print,
which I think is why the McKeag or McKeg, I think that back, the train back, is why we sold so many of those backs, because it was extremely unique for us. Because even when you get into the ones that's kind of like, it's the hillbilly sitting on the porch or whatever.
Yeah,
like other dealers kind of have similar stuff.
A twist on that, absolutely. I also think that's why our Lightning motor back does good as well.
Yeah.
Because again, it is white lightning, and that kind of screams it. But yeah, no, I'm the same way though. I don't, unless it is a super unique print.
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy a dealer t-shirt whenever I go to another dealer.
Yeah.
It's just my opinion.
There's been things where we've talked about, and obviously we can't go into too much detail just because we do see things on the horizon, but there's been things that we've talked about where it's like, oh man, we'd love to see this. Now, when I say we can't go into detail, that doesn't mean this stuff is happening.
Right.
It's just there might be alternate stuff.
Yeah.
But like Dixon, there's always that saying about, if you can't beat them, join them. Well, Harley still hasn't joined.
Right. And I think with Dixon's, the part that makes them so big and popular, which I wear Dixon. I'm not bashing it by any means. But even with Dixon's, like, I'm not going to buy just a regular Dixon. I'm going to buy a special collab that they did.
Yeah.
Like, my favorite Dixon that I have is my Under Oath Dixon.
Yeah.
And I can't get it in store. Now you can't get it at all.
Yeah.
But it was, I think, them doing the collabs with different bands and different, like V-Twin and like those collab Dixons, I think, perform better than the ones that you can get at any time.
Well, and for anybody listening to this that has heard of Dixon but doesn't understand, the fact that Harley never did a collab with them, but they've hit heavily into the Harley market. You see that stuff. It's because
there's a history there.
The basis of that history is because Danny Dixon comes from the Harley market.
Yeah.
So it's like he understood the consumer and who he was marketing to and who he was selling to, and that was literally who his initial market was Harley riders in his area, because that's the world that he comes from, and he's still heavily involved with that. He's heavily involved with the Harley market and also like the lowrider Southwest America scene and stuff like that. And then it progressed kind of just into some stuff that they liked and color patterns that look good and stuff like that. But if you've seen Dixon and you go, yeah, they have the band tees, but then they also have stuff like, oh, why do they did one for Vogue, not the fashion magazine, Vogue tires, and people are like, well, why? Well, that's really big in that lowrider custom scene.
Right.
So it's one of those things. But Dixon they did one called the Juno.
Yep.
I think they did one that was 1903.
They did a 1903. They did. There's a lot of them. I'm trying to remember, and I'm.
They did a shovel head.
They did the shovel
I
head.
think they did a pan head, an iron head.
I feel like they did a knuckle too.
Maybe.
Possibly. There's so many of them.
But like they've went after, they've got, the jar head for going after the Marine Corps military crowd.
Yeah, I bought my dad the wingman, and I think I have the airman. Yeah. For the Air Force.
But like I've got, I also have the AR, the 12 gauge, the 1911. Yeah. So they went after the gun market. So you can see how it all intermingles into that crowd and stuff like that. So, also have the Midway, which is a military one.
I have the Midway as well.
So, you have companies that kind of find their own way to do collabs without doing a direct collab.
Yeah.
But there's stuff you see in dealers that have never had a collab, but it mixes into that market, and sometimes that stuff just doesn't necessarily work for one reason or another. Chelsea knows a lot more about that stuff, but like we've talked about carrying like Vans.
Yeah.
Now not Dixon. Harley has never done a Vans collab. Vans are popular in the Harley market, but we can't carry Vans because we have a Vans store.
Yeah, we've got a Vans store literally 5 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
No, that would be one that I would love to see because I wear Vans. But again, because Wolverine makes our boots.
Yeah.
That's kind of I feel like that would ruffle some feathers with that.
The only shoe collab that I've seen that was not a Wolverine was the Whites collab.
Right.
But that was an online order only thing. That was available
online only. So I don't.
And I think they were only taking pre-orders or something too. I don't even think you could go just by your size.
I don't even know the metrics to how that went because again, it was only available online.
Yeah.
Online exclusive stuff like that, or museum stuff. I don't have any way to track that kind of information because I can't get it.
And for anybody listening to this that doesn't know White's boots, there was some people here when we pulled up to see.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm also not a boot person, so me not knowing White's boots is not shocking.
They saw the Harley White's boots and they were like $600, and I'm like, that's just how much White's boots are.
Right.
So to get a White's boots, if you're a Harley fan that also has a Harley logo on it, you're not paying anything extra to get one that has the Harley logo on a pair of White's boots.
Right.
But White's boots are a buy one pair for life boot
kind of deal.
So it's just kind of one of those things. Some of the things I think I'd like to see, because there's companies that have gone back and forth and do different stuff.
Yeah.
But I would like to continue to see, when I think of Dickies, I think of, the workwear, a lot of Harley riders wearing Dickies and stuff.
Yeah.
When I think of Realtree, I think of people off their bike. Yeah. So I would like to see more stuff that's off the motorcycle collab stuff.
I got you.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So not necessarily collabing with a boat company. Like a what?
Like who though?
I don't know right offhand. I mean, they just did one, which like I said, I'll get to in a second.
Yeah.
Which I think kind of took some people that in the Harley market that know about it by surprise, but other people not so much.
Is this the one that I just saw in Milwaukee?
No.
Okay.
I'll show you.
Okay.
And I'll post a picture on our Instagram. So
you keeping secrets. I don't like it.
No. People will see it. People say it. It's not a secret. It's publicly known. But just getting into that.
Yeah.
talking about, stuff that's not riding gear, stuff that is fashionable, stuff that's day to day, maybe doing stuff like, I don't know, coolers or hats. Maybe think like, okay, 47 brand.
Yeah.
When you go to the Lookouts game or a Braves game or wherever you're at, I don't care, and you see 47 brand. 47 brand is one of the largest hat brands out there right now. Harley do a collab with 47 brand.
Yeah.
And have 47 brand hats.
I got you. I think I want to say we've had 47 branded hats.
Not since I've been here.
I didn't say it was recently.
Well, 6 years.
Have you been here 6 years? Well, I've been here longer than you.
Yeah, you got like 8.
Has it been 8 years? That makes me feel old.
Not quite 6, but almost 6.
Yeah. I would love to see Heatwave do a Harley collab because they've got the Chevy.
Well, and they're already heavily in the Harley market.
Exactly. But they don't have a Harley specific.
Yeah. I mean, they are heavy in the Harley market.
I mean, that's all I wear.
Some people would like to see like Rusty Butcher have an official Harley collab.
He did several years ago.
Well, I knew he had collabs with other people, but I didn't see Harley.
Yeah, it was before your time.
Okay.
It was before you were here. I've got 2. I have 2 of the Rusty Butcher shirts.
Yeah.
That Harley did. I would also love to see Thrashin' do a...
Well, technically, they have, but it hadn't been a dealer product.
I know. I want dealer product.
Yeah. Because I have, and I brought you back a flag.
You brought me back, right? Like I've got the flag hanging up in the department, but I would love to see Harley Thrashin' streetwear.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I think it would sell.
It would sell tremendously. It would probably
sell better than any other clothing collab they've ever done.
Probably.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Yeah.
Especially here.
Yeah. Especially here.
Yes.
But that's sometimes where we have to come up kind of with our own custom stuff.
Yeah.
Like where we've done some of our own custom t-shirts, the hat.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So the other collab that has recently happened that is not in the motorcycle world is what I was telling you about with video games.
Oh, that's right.
With PUBG, aka Player Unknown Battleground. They just did, and Player Unknown Battleground, PUBG has done a lot of collabs with different companies. They've done collabs with Ducati. They did collabs with Lamborghini, Aston Martin, all that stuff.
You were telling me about that yesterday and I forgot.
Yep. So here is a picture of me last night because I got on there and was playing my game.
Yeah.
So.
Nice. And see, I don't play video games, so that...
So it's literally, I'm laying next to
that's why I forgot about it.
Mercury Silver Road Glide CVO ST with gold Olin's front and rear on it.
Nice.
So...
Now, were you able to customize it in the game?
So... You can't. So the thing is you can't just get it. You have to. The way that the game works, you have to either buy the skin or win the skin. Right. I was able to win the skin.
Nice. Good job.
And to do customizing, you have to win the customizing stuff.
Okay.
So I won another custom thing that I can put on that one.
Okay.
But.
Tour pack for Muffin?
I have to. No, unfortunately, not like that.
It was
I want
a joke.
A different paint skin.
Okay.
So, but I have to get some other stuff to be able to do that. So, but it's cool. And, for people that are in the Harley world that aren't in the video game world or anybody listening to this that's not in the video game world, they're kind of like, well, I guess. But I'm also in that video game world. And
right.
Everybody in the PUBG player world that's like putting out stuff online, content creators, I get that they get paid for this stuff, but you can see genuine excitement about
absolutely.
The Harley collab.
Absolutely.
It's such an iconic brand that they know.
Yeah, well, it's like even, going back to Dark Sport, they posted, I think it was like a week ago maybe, but they're doing another Harley drop in June.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm really excited about that. But I think that's how, like, companies like Dark Sport, yes, Harley's not pushing the collab, but Dark Sport's just teasing it. Well, and I think that builds the excitement.
I think now this, you're not going to like this just because it only directly affects you.
That figures.
But I think Harley, there's some brands that Harley could do collabs with and let that brand sell their product however they want to sell it. So like doing a collab with Vans.
And that's what Dark Sport's doing, basically.
Well, like Harley does a collab with Vans.
I'm buying every pair.
But you can only get it from Vans.
I'm still buying every pair.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, I think it would not be a bad thing.
Oh, I don't either. So, again, I feel like that probably hasn't happened just because they don't want to step on toes.
Yeah.
With the companies that already are making their products.
Now, I'll say this too. There are some products that are put out there that if you want to buy them, great. To us, they kind of are nonsensical stuff.
Are you talking about the made in China branded stuff that's not actually?
No. I'm talking about the conversation we were having yesterday with Daniel. Different Daniel. About like pool tables.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
So, like, if you want to have a Harley pool table,
cool.
Great.
I'll sell you one.
Have one.
Come see me.
I tend to be a little bit of a snob with that.
Yeah.
I've played on some very nice pool tables.
Right.
And it's not that whoever's making the Harley pool tables aren't that nice, but I've seen the price, and those prices compared to some of the pool tables I've played on are not that expensive compared to some of the pool tables I've played on.
Right.
So it's not a.
I think it's more.
It's not a slot at that.
I think that's just more of a. I want the whole look. I want everything to be Harley.
Yeah, for the guy that has the Harley man cave,
right.
They get the Harley refrigerator and the Harley pool table and Harley bar stools,
shower curtain and bathrooms. So you can literally do everything from your kitchen to your bar to your pool table to your bathroom in Harley if you wanted to.
Well, and they just did which unfortunately it was non-alcoholic, but they also just did the beer.
That was not good beer, by the way.
Well, it's probably because it didn't have any alcohol in it.
I've had non-alcoholic beers before, but that one just tasted very clean.
Yeah.
Like it was not my favorite. And again, I've had non-alcoholic beers.
Yeah.
The cans were really cool.
Yeah.
So that's why I bought like the individual ones to retail instead of the cases, because I look at that more as a collector's thing than an actual consumer thing.
So I guess the last thing to hit on that we talked about that it was like you were like, oh, I want them collab here, was a Simpson collab.
Well, yeah, that's just because we all wear them.
Well, it's huge.
It is huge.
Especially in the Harley world that we're in.
Yeah.
Like, when I say that,
if you came to our club style event,
yeah,
you would lose count of how many Simpson helmets were.
Well, Chelsea's now a Dynabro. So, and I'm in the world of the performance bagger stuff.
Right.
So, like, when you get into the, we'll call it the Speed Freaks world of riding Harleys and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's Simpson.
It's Simpson, yeah.
Simpson has the majority market share on that. So, I mean, that's one that it wouldn't be. I mean,
I don't think it would be a bad idea.
I don't think it would be either. And even if it was something where Simpson merely got permission to print Harley stuff on their helmets.
Yeah.
And then did a custom Harley design. And maybe they sold it on their website. Mm-hmm. And the only other place to get it was licensed Harley dealers. So,
well,
like that, I'm talking about cutting out all these third-party companies that sell Simpson helmets. So basically, you could only order it from Simpson or a Harley dealership that's a licensed Simpson dealer.
Yeah, that.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I was losing your word track.
My word track is easily lost.
I got there eventually. It's fine.
That's just me.
My brain only halfway works half the time, so it's not just you.
And on that bombshell.
Hey everybody, this is Sean at White Lightning Harley Davidson. I want to thank you for listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You can reach the podcast on Facebook or Instagram at The Daily Biker, or you can email the podcast at thedailybiker@gmail.com. Be sure to keep an eye on White Lightning Harley Davidson social media pages for the most up-to-date information on all our events and where you can find the boys.